Hello, ladies and gentle persons out there. Thanks for joining us for this one. It's Tier 2, the final race of Season 10. We've already got a champion decided. It's Meepo, but we will have a pretty good race on our hands, judging by that lineup that we're seeing in front of us. We've got the standings there, but I mean, really, we're looking at the constructors might be up for grabs today. We'll see how the Aston Martin boys do. They're going to have a stellar performance, but Ferrari just really need to have a decent race for both the drivers to win the constructors. But yeah, Meepo P1 currently, so we're just going to switch down to the grid. But while we do that, I want to introduce Babalos as my co-commentator. How are you doing, Babalos, today?
Very well today. I was expecting the race like nothing more, nothing bigger than I was expecting. We know the championship is over in terms of who's the champion, but you have to see the guys racing on this race, in wet race especially, for me.
Yeah, well, it looks like a dry quali, but yeah, there's often rain in Brazil. It seems to be one of those tracks that just gets hit by rain a lot, so could well be a wet race. If any drivers in chat or any crew chiefs in chat, let us know. Good to see Kebab in chat. Hello, fellow commentator. Looking forward to that Tier 1 race tomorrow. Bit jealous that you get to commentate on that one, but yeah, that's looking like that one's going down to the wire. But this one's just for fun. It's just for I was going to say a swear word there, but fits and giggles, I'll say. Let's have a look. Samim is starting his lap. He's making his way through the first set of corners into the Senna S, I believe this turn 3 is called. Heading down, this is going to be a DRS straight down, completing sector 1, turn 4, turns in, 5th gear, try to hook it onto the curb there on the inside, running the curb on the outside, using maximum track as always, and just before the 50, bringing down to 6th gear, and really you're just eking out as much. Oh, Maple's out, yeah. There's going to be a bunch of drivers starting from the back here, so there will be. You traditionally will say this at the final race of a season, so you might see a few guys at the back of the grid as McKenna is out on hards, but Samim making his way through this infield section down to the final corner. I have to say this final corner feels great in this year's game. And you can run on the curb there on the exit, but you want to keep it tight on the run down. It's a very, very long run. It is a straight, but it's quite a bendy straight. And he keeps it close to the pit wall for the shortest track length and a 107.7, so a pretty good banker lap, I have to say. Someone in chat in Discord was saying they're expecting 7.5s today, but judging by that lap of Samim, it looks like that is going to be it's going to be a low 7. Gonna see who else. Oh, there's Dice goes 108.2. Matt has a 11.3 on the board. Really, who else is on a lap here? It's actually quite busy track here, so I just need to find someone who's on a lap. We'll join Futuristic for now as he makes his way through this traffic. Some guys on out laps, some guys on in laps. It is a very, very short track. So we're going to see a lot of traffic in this one, I think, as Tenari goes P2, 107.9. So that'll do good for him. Futuristic making his way along this long bendy straight. DRS open at that point. Passes the pit entry and he is going to go across the line at 108.9. So a pretty decent banker lap, but really I think if you're not in the 7s, you're not going to be in top 10 today. This is tier 2. We do have a lot of fast guys racing on the grid today, and I guess it's an opportunity to talk about the reserves. We've got McKender, we have one other guy, I believe. Actually, no, I think that's it. McKender and Tipsy Bob. The return of Tipsy Bob. He's already got a 108.8 on the board. He's been away from league racing for a long time, so we're going to keep an eye on him and see how he does. I'm just going to catch up with stream chat here. Oh dear. Sounds like Kebab is still laid up a little bit with the cold. Or man flu, should I say. It's a straight but a bendy straight title. Okay. Cool beans. But yeah, let's have a look. Who else is on a lap here, Babalus? Keep me on my toes here.
Mr. D came out, but it seems to be lagging like hell. I'm gonna inform him. Be right back.
Okay. Joe crosses the line. P3 from him. 107.9. So it's getting close at the top. 3 drivers in the 7s. And a bunch of guys yet to complete a lap. So just while we're getting a little bit of a lull here, actually, I want to see who that is. It looks like Dice, maybe. Dice on 2 laps. He did 2 laps on those softs. Not sure why you would do that. You only really have ERS for 1 lap. After that, it's gone. And yeah, Danny's saying, remember to like and subscribe for more quality content. We will be taking a break after this week. After this week's races have played out, but we will be back soon enough, and I'm sure there'll be an event or 2 in between, so keep an eye out for that. Who is on a lap? So yeah, we've got Mr. D out there. Let's see if he is lagging. We know it's been an issue all season long. Some drivers complained about it. We'll drive on board, see how he's doing. Our gamer as well, yet to put a lap time on the board. Mr. D keeping it nice and tight in the infield. A lot of time to be made up here. I mean, setup's going to come into play here as well. I know some guys running a high top speed kind of wing setup, and some guys opting for a more safer planted setup. So really the high downforce is going to help in that infield section, but when you're on this straight, you're going to be a sitting duck if anyone else around you has that high top speed wings. As Mr. D is about to cross the line, what has he got in the tank today? It's a 110.6, so plenty of improvement to be seen in that lap time. Got heat out as well, but he's currently off track, so wonder if he is, yeah, he's had an issue there. He's obviously been on a hot lap. You can see his ERS is 50%. I have a feeling that our gamer might be starting from the back this for this one. Maybe.
I think Mr. D is okay with his either right now.
Yeah, he looked okay there when I joined him. Maybe a few twitchy moments as Mikander is doing 108.9s on hards. That's almost faster than my personal best on softs in quali in Brazil. So. Just alien things, I guess. Meepo saying hi in chat.
Hello, Meepo.
No one out who has not set a lap time, so I guess Samim invalidated his lap, so he was on a lap, he invalidated. And it's worth pointing out, this track does throw up a lot of penalties, maybe not quite as much as last week's Mexico race, but you do see it, and it tends to be in the first set of corners. And yeah, that's really the main place. I think turn 4 as well. If you run wide in the exit, it can throw you up a wee sneaky warning. And Samim is going on to complete this lap. He's only got 30% ERS, so he's going to run out pretty quickly. So I'm going to jump to someone else. I think there's a driver behind him. It might be, yeah, it's Verche. So let's have a look at Verche. Making his way for the Senna S. Run out wide there. Typically want to stay closer to the left on the run out, but Verche opting for a wider line. Runs into turn 4, goes into 4th gear, so can make the back end a little bit looser on the acceleration, but again up to 8th gear, throws the car in. It's a double right-hander here, and yeah, the car is just, you're just trying to cling to as much momentum as possible. You can just feel the grip just literally about to slip away from under you, and that corner as well. It's all about these, yeah, it's really heavy acceleration zones as Verche just gets a little bit under the grass there and spins the back end out, so he will not set a time this time. Spin.
I want to ask maybe if there's gonna be rain in the track on race day. If he has that information.
Yeah, Meepo obviously not going to set a time here. Our gamer has came out of the pits. He's lining up behind a certain someone, and I think that certain someone is Sammy, which explains why Sammy stayed out. These guys like to work together, and then Samim is gonna basically sacrifice his some of his session time here in quality to get our gamer the best possible run into turn 1, turn 2. Let's see if he can carry that momentum around him. Maybe that would benefit him about a 10 for 2, maybe, if he got it right. Let's see, as he... Oh, that's a fast sector 1 time 16.8, so is he able to carry this momentum round? He should be on for a mid 7, I would say. Yeah, and it's very tricky to get this right here. You just want to carry the momentum around, and get on the accelerator as fast as possible without spinning up the back tires, because that can result in you going off track and into the wall potentially. But it looks like our gamer's got it fully under control here, and makes his way down to the final corner. There is the yellow flag here, but that shouldn't.
Nari takes the top position.
Oh, nicely done from Tenari, and look at the gap between P1 and P2. It is very marginal, as our gamer is about to cross the line. Is he going to take P1? He does indeed. It's a 7.57. So the gap between P1 and P3 is minute as it stands.
I think Samim is going to take at least second place.
Yeah, Aston Martin looking pretty good. So these guys obviously been putting the work in. I know our gamer is pretty rapid around this track from what I saw yesterday, but there are a few other guys in there who could potentially throw a spanner in the works. Mikender is one of them. Meepo obviously starting at the back, but Christian as well, all noted race winners, and Jan Hall too. What a bad influence. He's willing Meepo to dive bomb. He wants that win at all costs. Let's see who else we got out there. We've got a few drivers about to cross the line. McKenna, no, he's not one of them. Got a Williams in the pits. Aston Martin again going around. Is that Samim? No, that is our gamer in the pits. We do have one of the Alphas about to start a lap. So we got Dice lining up for another hot lap run. He's got an 8.2 on the board, so plenty of time to be found there. Let's see how he navigates a lap of Brazil. Nice line through turn 1, turn 2. Could have used a bit more curb, but a little, actually, as I say that, he used too much curb on the exit, and that's pretty much scuppered his lap, so he's going to back out of this one, I'd imagine. Plus 8 tenths already, so we'll switch to someone else. It's Tipsy Bob into the pits. What about that pit entry? That is top class. That's how you enter the pits, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, joining someone who's actually on track. I think Dice might just stay out here. If he's got enough fuel, he'll probably go for another run. He's got his ERS back up to 100%. And we'll try again for another run. I think Mr. D is out on a lap, is he? Oh, he's 5 tenths up on his time, so he's not had a successful navigation of those first set of corners, fortunately.
Mr. D has big problems. He's playing with minimum graphics, and his internet is fluctuating big time.
Oh dear. So maybe hopefully that sorts out for the race. I got Lepson here. I'm on board with him. I think he's about to start a hot lap. He's on 75% ERS, so let's ride on board with Lepson and see how he navigates a lap of Brazil here. Again, not using as much curb as you can. But tidy enough. And he has a 109.4 on the board, so he's already 0.077 tenths up, so wants to improve on that a lot more than his Sector 1 improvement. Ooh, and looking a bit tentative through the double right-hander as well, as he swings in with all that momentum into these right and left-hand corners, and again another right here in succession. It's like a pendulum swinging back and forth And here it's so easy to lose the back end of the car if you don't get your line right. Not quite as dangerous as previous games. And Lepson is about to put a time on the board. I think he is going to improve here, but by how much? It looks like a 108. Yeah, it's a 108.898, so he was able to find half a second in that lap. And Lepson's someone who did use assists, but has decided just to go full no assists this season. So that 108.8, not a bad effort from him. His teammate is in P13, but is currently off track in the grass, so that's just on the exit of turn 2, I believe. Samim, looks like Samim is on a lap. Yep, he is indeed. He is matching his sector 1 time. Let's have a look at his sector 2 time. It will come up just before the final corner, I believe. I always think that shot there looks like an optical illusion. You see those cars in the background, but it ain't. And Samim is looking like he might pull into the pits. No, he's going to complete this lap, so he might be up on his time just slightly. Oh my word! And he somehow pulls it out of the bag in the last sector.
I told you.
747.
I told you someone was gonna be at least P2.
Yeah, well, there's a few guys who might be able to pip him to that P1 spot, but we'll have a look. I know SLR Matt is one of these guys. He's just getting better and better every race. He's had a few frustrating ones. It looks like he's about to cross the line here. Is he going to improve on his lap time? Oh, and he does indeed, but I don't think he moved up at all, actually. Wasn't enough to improve his position, but a 107.8 should further cement him at the top end of the grid there. Tenari as well started the lap. Let's have a look at what he can do with this final run. Oh, Vinge crossed the line 107.5, so we did get a 107.5, and it was Vinge who did it, and I think that was his only lap time that he's put on the board, I believe. Oh dear, stream's a bit choppy apparently, but we'll have a look at that in between sessions. Here is Larson has retired. Guys, starting to retire here. It is we're in the last minute of quali, 10 seconds in fact left on the clock, and Tenari having to navigate a lot of traffic, and we saw him pull a pole out of the bag last race in the last moment. And our gamer, I think, no, don't mind me. We'll stay on board with Tenari here. Tenari is up 1/10. This would put him up to P2, but if he's able to find another 10th, he might be able to pip Vinge for pole. He might get a bit of slipstream. Nope, the car gets out of the way nice and early. Tenari's about to cross the line, and it's P2, and is that 4/10? That's 400s, I believe. Is it 4? No, it's 4/10. That is nothing.
0.4 from first place to 7th. All drivers are in 0.4 seconds gap. 7 places.
Yeah, so there's our grid. Meepo at the back, McKender, I believe. I can't remember where he finished up. It's not quite at the back, but he's at the back end of the grid anyway. We'll have a look here now as the results are up. We've got 2 fins as a finish lockout, P1, P2 for Vinge and Tenari. Our gamer and Samim, the Aston Martin boys, looking good, P3, P4. That's going to do them well in the championship for the constructors. Matt, P5, solid performance from him in quali. Smelto went unnoticed there, but P6 for him. Joel, P7. Dice managed to get up to P8 with an 8.2. Tipsy Bob on his return, P9. And McKender, P10 with a 108.2, which is a bit of a slow lap from McKender, I would say. So there you go. Meepo will start at the back with Christian. So the two guys who are battling it out for the title all season long are starting from the back. There's not much to play for today, not in terms of titles, etc. Let me just have a look at the stream a wee second. I'm gonna shut this down. Yeah, hopefully that helps a little bit with the stream. And oh, it looks a bit cloudy, Pablos. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Do you smell the rain?
I'm anticipating. I'm waiting for the players to start in order to see what tires they are on. We have you can have 4 different strategies here. Soft, one stop over and two stops. In 2 stops you can go for soft, medium, medium, or soft, medium, soft, or you can go for 1 stop. Medium hard is the safest choice.
Yeah, I think.
But it's the slower, the slowest choice.
Yeah, 2 stops really like a safety car strat in there, really. Because it's such a short track. Oh, here we go. We're underway, Pablos. You take away the start here.
No, you do it.
Okay, 5 lights, and away we go. And it looks like Denari got a pretty good start, but Vinge with an even better start. And he's flying up the road. It looks like he's got the lead secured for the first set of corners anyway. But Denari is coming under pressure from our gamer. Our gamer trying to hang it around the outside. He's got a wheel, his front wheel at the back wheel of our gamer. Sorry. Yeah, the back wheel of Tenare, sorry, and he's continuing. They're going side by side, and our gamer had to back out there. You can see the car got very twitchy on the exit, but he's got Sammy behind him to protect him from the alphas behind Smelto and Dice. So Jules had an issue there, dropped down to P9 from P5, but a pretty safe start from everybody. It looks like a few guys maybe got tangled up at the back there, but no yellow flags that I was aware of, and definitely no safety car. Oh, and there is someone off. It's Verche. Verche is in the wall, so our first off ski.
Virtual? No.
Yeah, it's inventory, Verche.
No. Okay, it was yellow flags only.
Yep. And we're on to lap 2, so Vinge is leading the way here. Vinge looking pretty pacey, it has to be said, at Brazil. But we know he has been prone to penalties and incidents in the past. So we'll see how he does. He's got cleaner.
He's losing his position to Mackinder.
Okay. Do you see that? Meebo just got a 5-second speeding penalty in the pit, so he is putting on a front wing and a set of hard tires. So starting at the back has not worked out for him, but he is still in the race, but he is with a 5-second penalty right now. So yeah, let's bring up the tire information. That would be a good idea, Matt. Yeah, let's do that. Looks like most guys opting for the medium tire, but we do have several guys on hard, so McKender being the top hard runner as it stands.
It's faster to go to medium soft or soft medium soft than go to 1 stop.
Yeah, what do you think yourself? I definitely think these guys are just doing 1 stop, but safety car could change all that. There could also be wet weather.
Yeah, that's a neighbor. Yes, it may seem that 1 stop may be the best choice, but it's the slowest, especially medium hard. So if I was racing this race, I would go for 2 stops.
You're crazy, man. Pablo's crazy, man. But
well, I would have the advantage of the medium being faster than the hard, of course. And for the last sector, for the last thing, I would take about 10 laps to use soft compound.
Yeah, Kebab saying only way 2 stop works is if you get an early safety car. Yeah, I think it's just because it's such a short track. It's a tricky one. There is 36 laps though, so maybe a 2-stopper would be alright. But heat is off, and that's before the final corner. So he's had an incident there in the penultimate corner. is very easy to lose the back end there if you don't get the line right. But let's go up front. I think let's check in with oh, Lepson. There's something happening with Lepson. Oh my word, there's two guys ahead. It's Christian and Wesley going side by side. They were tangled up there, and Wesley is derating big time, and as we said, Lepson and Wesley are teammates, so they will work together here, as Lepson actually was thinking about going around the outside and completely just got out of the way there for some reason. So not sure what's going on with the Red Bull guys, but Christian has managed to get past Wesley and take that position. Oh, Wesley with a switchback, getting that back. He takes the inside line, and that's going to mean he is ahead for this sequence. But Christian again sneaks it down the inside, so these guys are not giving up the position or the battle. Oh, Smelto is off. It looks like Smelto is off, and it's the same place as we saw there before with Heat. The penultimate lap has claimed another victim, or penultimate corner, sorry. And up front, the top four have broken away, but McKender is now P5. He is just past Dice, and he's on these hard tires, and he's almost in DRS range at P4.
Take Wesley again on the DRS zone, but they're going together side by side on the couple first corners.
Yeah, missed.
Christian is going to have the DRS again, and Larson is going to overtake from the left side. 2 places gain for Larson. Can he
oh my word,
maintain his place?
Yeah, and Wesley's thinking about going down the inside here again, but Larson wise enough to close the door there, and yeah, Christian has not been able to get past Wesley, and in fact has lost the position now to Larson. Some great racing here, yeah, side by side action. Brazil never disappoints.
Larson is opening the gap a little bit, and we'll see if he can handle the DRS.
Oh, and there's
McKender is fastest on the track right now.
That's an ominous sign for the rest of the drivers. The guy on hards, who's P5 currently, just set the fastest lap. So the front four will see that. And McKenna is tantalizingly close to DRS on the back of Samim, as we have a move here. It's Dice and Matt going side by side, and Dice able to get it down the inside, but Matt is boosting to get, actually he gets ahead of Dice into the next corner. Oh, and Dice, don't stick your nose in there, man. We want to see you continue to race here. So Matt comes out ahead, but I think Dice is not going to go down here without a fight. He's probably going to line Matt up for a pass here on this long DRS straight. And you know what? Those clouds are looking very menacing over there to the right. Very grey, gloomy. Ripe for some rain, I think. Are we going to see rain? And hello to Justin in chat. Great to have you join us.
Today we have no information. Nobody gives us information about the rain.
Yeah, if this was tier 1 race, Justin would have told us by now.
Even cloudy weather can make a difference in the game.
True, yeah. Yeah, it can affect track temperature. You know, it's worth noting, Dice used up all his ERS here, you know, when he was fighting Matt, so he hasn't been able to fight back for that position on this lap. I thought he might have got him.
I'm back in 12th place with Larson, Wesley, and Christian. Larson and Wesley are fighting each other like no tomorrow, the day with no tomorrow.
Yeah, and this is a track where if you're stuck behind someone who has DRS, very, very hard to overtake. As we're about to see here, Christian has 2 guys ahead. Christian probably faster than these guys, like generally, just based on his season performance so far. But yeah, when the guy ahead has DRS as well as you, it is very tricky to overtake. As you can see here, he is way back on Wesley. He's not going to attempt anything in this lap. Really, what he wants to do is use this to... Oh, as Wesley goes for a move. Nice send on the inside. And nice clean passer from Wesley. Great stuff from him. He's up to P12.
You were so sure he's not going to attempt anything on this lap. You were so sure about that. Christian overtakes Larson 2.
Oh, there's a big penalty. Vinge, 3 seconds. He is the leader of the race, but not anymore. Technically, he is. He's just lost the race leader. So Tenari is leading this race technically.
Is everything okay with your stream? I think the stream is lagging. Like frame drops or something.
I think it should be okay. Yeah. Looks okay with mine. Yeah. Oh, and who is this? This Bob is having a nightmare. He's it's the same spot where we're seeing several other drivers already spin out. Tipsy Bob falls victim to that same corner, the penultimate corner. Yes, Justin sent bit stuttery. So I mean, the only thing I can do is this. So hopefully this helps. If it doesn't, we're just stuck with it. But it usually sorts itself out. And Tipsy is into the pits. Do we have a safety car? No, that's a yellow flag. We're on lap 8. There is a car off. It's Mr. D is off, and it's before the pit entry, so I don't know why he has died there. That is an interesting one. Yeah, but Bob into the pits. Was hoping for a safety car there probably, but it is not to be. Bob puts on the hard tires. So not going Bob's way currently, but you never know. Safety car could change everything. Anyway, we will go up front. It's Finge, it's Tenari, it's our gamer, and it's Samim. But really, Tenari is in the hot seat right now as Mr. D has left the session. So, fortunately, he is gone from this one. But yeah, Tenari is looking good. And I tell you what, our gamer and Samim, well within this DRS range. It's a DRS trend technically from P1 to P5, and McKender's yeah, Tenari's looking good, but McKenna might be looking even better at this point. He's on these hards, so he will be on mediums for the final stint of the race. And I'm getting information that Bob just wanted out of the pack as he was going nowhere. So that was a strategic decision from him to pit and get some clear air. And he has Meepo in front of him, 3.8 seconds, so that'll give him a target to acquire and try to hang on to. And oh, I just missed completely what happened there.
I wonder what condition the hards will be after the 26 laps.
Whoa, sorry, what just happened to Tenari? I completely missed that. I was looking at stream chat. Tenari got spun. Wow, okay, I completely missed that. I had him on my screen, and one minute he's P2, now he's P5, so...
He's spun in front of Max, Justin.
Oh dear. So McKenna up to P4, an easy overtake for him. Our gamer up to P2, so our gamer is really leading this race as it stands.
Okay, if McKenna has a decent pit manager, he would instruct McKenna, he should instruct McKenna to increase his pace right now, in order to be in the front before the others pit in.
Yeah. And there was
the medium is gonna start deteriorating faster now, so they're gonna lose grip and speed. So McKenna has to push.
Yeah, indeed.
He's at the optimal lap for pushing with the hard compound.
Yeah, and Smelto had a big moment there. I think it was Joel. Joel got past him there, but Smelto, a bit of an unsafe rejoin, but it worked out in the end. But he is coming under pressure from Futuristic. Wesley up to P10 as well. So we're on lap 12. This is 1/3 of the way through this race. No sign of rain, but we are getting some information that there might be a little bit of rain at the end of the race. But I think right now our gamer is praying for a safety car. Really, this is a window for him to get that optimal safety car. It will suit his strategy. Anything beyond that might favor McKender. as Smelto gets past Joel. Oh, Joel, as I join him, spins out, and I think that was it's after turn 4, I believe. Looked like he got clipped there. Wesley up to P9 now as well, so Joel.
Oh! A near miss from Christian on Joel.
Yeah, so some guys struggling. I mean, this is a spin-happy track, and we're seeing that today. Lots of guys spinning out, and it's costing them big time.
Sector 1!
Hey, is that Meepo?
Yeah,
that was Meepo.
I think so.
Yeah, Meepo obviously pushing too hard here, and he's not doing too good today. This last to first challenge is not looking good right now.
Maybe he's trying different things because he already is the champion. So he has nothing to prove or to fight for, so he may try different things. Oh,
my
Kit
word.
and Haskos side by side in the first sector.
Oh, Dice using a bit of ERS. He doesn't have much to play with here, and you can see Heat's derating as well.
So close.
Yeah, but really these guys both are on 8% ERS, so they will not get past using ERS, that's for sure. And Larson looking like he wants to get a move on past Dice here. So Dice, ooh, Larson setting it deep. Had to back out of that one. Christian up to P10, so within 1 second range of Wesley now.
Larson has to be smart. He has to wait for the big straight. He has the pace, he has the ERS and the DRS, so I don't think Haskos has the...
Vinge is out! Where is it? It is, it's somewhere around turn 1, I can't see the...
Turn 1. Okay, Hit, Dice are in the pit lane. We will see all players with all drivers with the medium compound competing in this lap with the safety car.
Yeah, and I think even the hard guys might consider pitting. Oh, Skin Tony, drive-through penalty, speeding under safety car. Aye. So yeah, this is perfect for our gamer Samim. Not so much McKenna, but Tenari, he will. He
can attempt to go 17 laps with the mediums. She can try.
Yeah, Justin saying 20 laps is doable on mediums, so they won't feel the best at the end for sure, but they will get you to the end.
But yet it will be, you will have about 3 laps with safety car, at least 3 laps with safety car.
And something to consider here as well, Samim pitting right behind our gamer. This may hold up our gamer and allow McKender to jump him in the pit.
Is pitting. Yes, McKender is pitting. Wise choice.
Yeah, Samim got held up there, so is McKenna going to get him in the pit? It looks like he has. McKenna's already out, so that cost Samim a bunch of positions, so that was not good for Aston Martin. I mean, it was good for our gamer, but Samim has lost out big time, so down to P5 then. And
okay, now everything goes back to the beginning. Different strategies. We have 2 DNFs, Minch and Mr. D. So we have to see how the guys that choose to put on the mediums are gonna behave until the end of the race.
Oh my word, Heat drive-through penalty, Babylus. I think what happened there was, yeah, he had already pitted the lap before, so he was staying out, but he wanted to come out ahead of the guys coming out of the pits, so he must have stuck the boot down, and that's cost him a drive-through penalty, which obviously is not good. Oh, and he's having some lag issues as well. He just lagged back big time there, so don't know what's going on with Heat right now. But
Wesley gave the position.
No, it's Heat's lagging. He's jumping back. he just jumped behind Wesley there. So he's having connection issues. Interesting. So SLR Matt stayed out on old hards. Why did he do that? I wonder. Is he rolling the dice for another safety car? Because really, I mean, I think
unless he can go until 30 lap and go for a medium short.
Yeah, that's possible actually. Yeah, I mean, could well happen. Also, I know that he's good friends with our gamer and Samim. There's a chance that he might try to hold up McKender and Tenari to allow our gamer the best chance of winning this one. Who do you think's going to win, Babalos? I'm going to put you on the spot. Who's going to win this race? Come on, tell me.
In my humble opinion, McKender has the lead because he's on the mediums. The thing is, he must try and preserve the tires until the end of the race. Unless he goes flat out and pits one more time.
Yeah, I think the big question with McKender is, will he retire on the last lap as he is known to do in the past? I hope he doesn't. He is a Tier 1 driver driving in Tier 2, but it is it's an assist allowed tier. So it's basically a free-for-all. It's the top grid that we have that allows assists. So in fact, everybody else around him has an advantage over him.
So, okay, but if McKender doesn't want to get involved with points and stuff like that, maybe he will retire. So, but as the things are right now, he has the lead, in my humble opinion.
Tipsy Bob stayed out, so he's on 8 lap old hards. He's going to try and get these hards to the end, I guess. He didn't have a set of mediums, I guess. He's already used up his mediums, so he couldn't switch onto those. So he's kind of stuck on these hards, but everyone else around him on mediums. Oh, disqualified for ignoring yellow flag. That's an interesting one.
Play.
What an end to the season for him. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't even know what to say. Like I am not a fan of these last to first drives. Even if it's the last race of a season, just do your best. That's what you should do in every race. Just do your bloody best.
Safety car in this lap.
Oh, there we go. Yep. So SLR Matt will get us underway. The safety car takes off. SLR Matt wants to hang back, allow that safety car to peel into the pits, so he can get us underway. And yeah, Kebab. I don't know what happened there. I'm not sure. I'm not even gonna think about it. Some craziness going on. Some voodoo. We'll put it down to voodoo. This one, as yeah, SLR Matt, our gamer, both in VC together. So I'm sure that was a synchronized start, but. Excuse me.
McKender is
yeah, maybe not, because McKender is about to go for a move here around the outside, but hangs back.
No. He's waiting.
Yeah, buys his time for now, but he is super close to the back of our gamer, and he boosts pretty early. Ooh,
he's going from the left side.
Yeah, our gamer tried to close the door there, but McKender got his foot in, and and they're side by side. Not the greatest camera angle there, as McKender boosting once again, just to try to get him on this lap, but I guess McKender on the better tires actually, so yeah, you'd expect him to have the better grip at this point in the race. And Christian is up to P7. Oh, maybe not. Futuristic is hanging it down the inside, and Futuristic gets a much better exit, able to hold on to that P7, but Christian looking pretty punchy on these mediums as well.
Mediums will have the advantage right now, but they will fail until the end of the race, unless you are careful. McKender is still pushing our gamer from the outside right now.
Yeah, very close. Oh, and he gets ahead, but our gamer gets an under braking. McKender having to feet in behind our gamer, and he's maybe going to go for an inside move here again, and he does. He tries to send it down the inside. He's got the boost, and our gamer has decided not to fight this here. He doesn't want to use up all his ERS, and
they have the same ERS right now.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess he's thinking McKenna's on these mediums, so there's no point fighting him now and running out of ERS, because he might come under attack from the guy behind, who he is fighting in the constructor. So our gamer playing the long game here, I think. Oh, and Tenari sticks it down the inside. Tenari going for the move on our gamer. They're side by side coming out of the corner, and ooh.
No, gamer stays in front.
Yeah, our gamer able to hold on that position. These guys are, oh, they're both boosting a lot. There's a yellow flag as well that I'm seeing. That's Lockhart. Looks like Skin Tony's DNF. And Tenari looking for a way past our gamer, but our gamer's not letting it happen.
ERS enabled.
Oh my word, Tenari gonna run the outside, and our gamer is even done the inside of McKender.
4 wide almost.
Some great racing here, yeah, and thankfully no incidents.
Everybody's having DRS except from Matt.
Yeah, Matt's done well to hold on to the lead. These guys fighting behind is really suiting his race. But he, of course, still has to pit. Everybody bunched up for now. I've seen another yellow.
Justin, this is a problem from the beginning of the season. When the game came out, the game does not allow the lap cars to unlap themselves. And they haven't fixed it yet. And they won't fix it.
There we go again. We're back on the start-finish straight. Who's going to get a move done here? I mean, it's really about ERS.
McKenna will pass.
Yep, McKenna is past Matt, and they made it look very easy. Matt sitting with 43% ERS, deciding not to fight that move from McKenna. And McKenna 41% ERS, so McKenna is looking good right now. He's about to stretch his legs, I think, and we don't typically see any mistakes from McKenna, so...
Gamer is out of ERS. Gamer is out of ERS. Donari also, yeah, about 10%.
Yeah, I think this is the closest battle on track at the minute, although there's a lot of guys running close together. Let's have a look at the back of the grid. Tipsy Bob in this train behind Lepson, Larson, Wesley and Joel. This is a battle for P10. So this safety cars really mix things up. There was a lot of gaps forming, but not now. It's almost like 2 DRS trends effectively right now.
Kiko, I think Donari was on the hard. I think, I'm not sure. Do you remember if Donari was on the hard compound?
Actually, I can't remember. I might be able to check that if you go to the race director. Tipsy Bob, low on ERS here. Everybody ahead of him with DRS, so P14 for now for Tipsy Bob. Let's have a look at Dice. Dice on Futuristic, but Futuristic has ERS and there's a move up ahead. It's our gamer and Matt, and it looked like our gamer had to go wide to get that move done. And Matt happy enough to sit in behind our gamer here as our gamer's ERS light is flashing, indicating he's below 10%.
I have some info for you. Donari has Dice and Lepson will have to pit again.
Oh, okay. Oh,
they have medium compounds.
Oh, Tenari up to P3 there, Babalus. Gets the move done before the start-finish trade, so good stuff from him as Matt using a lot of ERS here. Are we going to see a move from Matt on Tenari? He might be able to do it with just ERS. He has DRS as well, but so does Tenari. And ooh, Tenari guarding the inside line, forcing Matt to go around the outside. And Matt not able to get that move done for now. He used up a lot of ERS there as well, so that's going to cost him. As Christian now P5. So somehow Christian's got up to P5 past Samim. And Christian in with a shot of winning this race as well, it has to be said.
The only reason Matt wants to overtake Tonali is because they are both gonna pit. They're both gonna pit. So he wants to be in front before Tonali goes for the soft.
Oh, there's a battle here. Babalos is Futuristic and Dice side by side in the infield. And looks like Dice got that move done. There was a little bit of argy-bargy happening there, but yeah, Dice up to P8 with a time penalty to boot. Let's see what that is. It's a 3-second time penalty, so yeah, Dice is...
One time penalty, and he has to pit again. He's on the second medium.
Okay, that's not good. So yeah, a lot of guys out here. Oh, there's a move happening up front here. Who is it? It's Samim and Smelto. Smelto up to P6 and Christian up to P4. So Matt getting overtaken once again. So not feeling good for Matt right now in these old hards.
Matt has to pit.
Oh, Matt is got DRS here and Christian as well. But looks like Matt is sending it up the inside, which is really where you want to be on this corner, but for the next corner you want to be on the inside as well, so Christian's going to have that preference. And Christian hanging it in there, Matt kind of leaving the door open, inviting the move from Christian, but Christian feeding in behind Matt, so P5 for now, but Matt under immense pressure right now from these guys on the fresher tire.
Is he going for the softs on 26th lap? I don't know. You have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, really, he's praying for a safety car, isn't he? Like, if he gets a safety car right now, that would be perfect. He would be able to get into the pits, get his pit stop out of the way, and put on soft tires. Ooh, and Matt and Christian once again. Christian setting it up inside and being very assertive with that move. But once again, he's going to come under pressure because Matt will have DRS. Actually, who's going to have DRS? Yeah, Matt has DRS on Christian. So Christian guarding that inside line, but is it going to be enough to... Ooh, and Matt hanging it in the inside there. Just barely had his nose past the rear wheel of Matt. And they're side by side. They're approaching this fast double right-hander. And... ooh, might be a bit of contact there, but Matt is not giving up this move without a fight. Christian trying to send it around the outside once again. Matt going wide into this one, but might have the momentum on the outset. Christian almost losing the back end there, so that costs him crucial time and allows Matt to retain P4, but Matt under so much pressure. 24 lap old hards as well. Mustn't feel good right now in that cockpit, but he's doing a good job of fighting off a very fast Christian, and Samim past Futuristic. So Samim, I don't know how Samim was behind Futuristic actually, but Futuristic is in the pits.
Oh. Wondering if Matt has forgotten that he has to pit. I don't know.
No, he's...
No!
Yeah,
Matt is trying everything to overtake.
Yeah, and what happened there? Smelto got past Matt and Christian. So Smelto is capitalizing on these two guys fighting and has got himself up to P4. So good job from Smelto. But yeah, Matt is really, like, honestly, I think he's just waiting for a safety car. This is really the crucial point here. He needs one in the next lap or two, or it's going to be all over for him because he's going to have to pit and not lose him a bunch of
next lap. Not the next lap. He has to pit now. He has to pit now and go for the soft. He has no options right now. Just keep gonna lose time from the guys in front.
Yeah, he can put on softs right now, but really he wants to do it under a safety car, so I think that's why he's staying out for so long. We might see him peel into the pits this time, but maybe not. He's happy enough to use his DRS, staying out one more lap, and I swear he's praying to the F1 gods, please give me a safety car right now, because pitting right now is going to cost him around about 20 seconds, which means he's effectively going to come out last and may squander any hopes of finishing in the points today. Ooh, Tenari is close on our gamer here, so we do have a battle on our hands. Tenari on these 12 lap old mediums, so they're reaching the end of their window. But our gamer on these hards, they're probably gonna feel pretty good for for a good few laps yet.
And Matt, he's increasing the gap from Dice, which he has a penalty.
Yep. Tipsy Bob up to P10 as well, so he's been putting some laps in, got himself in a good position. 18 lap old hard, so will be able to get to the end, but they're going to feel pretty ropey at the very end. He's within DRS range of Wesley as well, so see what he can do with these final laps of the race. I think we've got 8 laps left now, so. And interestingly, Matt stays out yet again, so yeah, he's going all in this late safety car strat. But oh, and we do have a yellow. There's a Mercedes off somewhere. It's I think it's Joel maybe. No, it's Larson. Yellow flag, but no safety car, unfortunately for Matt. And Samim and Dice are going at it. Samim gets past Dice. Dice weaving pretty furiously there, indicating not too happy with how that went down. But Samim back up to P7. Ooh, Tipsy Bob is increasing the pressure on the back of Wesley here. ERS run about the same for both drivers here. But Wesley is not going to get DRS this time round, whereas Tipsy Bob will, and we might see a move here from Bob. Oh, and Bob almost losing the back end there. He was eager to get on the power. Almost cost him, and Smelto and Christian going side by side into turn 1. Christian again pulling that move off on the inside, but Smelto's probably going to get him on the exit, as there is a DRS rate just coming up once they get straightened up here. And Tonari past our gamer. Oh, our gamer hanging down the inside. Looked like there might have been a bit of contact there, a bit of wheel rubbing, but yeah, Tonari up to P2, so good race from him so far. Nice recovery from
that. Now has to pit again. He's on the second medium. I don't know where these guys are gonna pit, honestly. We're gonna pit for 8 laps.
Oh.
They still have to pit.
Oh, Tipsy Bob does get past. Oh, and Wesley is off, so there's contact somewhere between Tipsy Bob and Wesley in the infield. But Tipsy is up to P9, and effectively he's running P8 now if you factor in that penalty of Dice. And McKinder fast as well. Wow, 109.9. So these mediums still got a bit of life in them. Obviously the cars are low fuel and pretty grippy right now. But there is a battle here for P2. It's turning out to be a pretty epic battle between Tonari and our gamer, and this is for
Matt is out of the DRS zone.
Oh dear.
Now he's gonna feel the pressure.
Yeah, Sammy behind 3.8, so we'll keep an eye on that gap. And also Tipsy Bob to Dice is 3.2, so Dice has created a 3-second gap there to Tipsy Bob, so Dice might be able to finish in P8 here. But up front again, our gamer Tonari. What are you thinking? What do you do here if you're our gamer? Do you sit behind Tonari for the next few laps, store up your ERS, or do you just try to get a move wherever you can? Looks like our gamer's too far back now, but he's not using very much ERS it seems, so looks like he is opting to maybe harvest at this point in the race and maybe attack later on. Again, has DRS, not using ERS, but it's very, very slow to accumulate, recover ERS on this track, so it's going to be a painful few laps for our gamer. All he can do is hang on to the back of Tonari and make sure he gets that DRS every lap until he's able to attack with some ERS. Yeah, and Justin pointed out, Matt's still out on these 30 lap old hards. I mean, there is a chance the safety car could come out now, but The longer we get into this race without a safety car, the more pain it is for Matt.
I don't know what they're thinking. It's 5 laps. They have to pit. They haven't changed the tires. Nari has medium, according to my race director.
Yeah, I can check that quickly. Race director. Yeah. Race director Tenari. Yep, started mediums. Yep, so he's effectively.
Tenari, Haskos, Dice, and Birte, and Matt. They have to pit. I don't know what they are doing.
Yeah, and I mean there was a talk of rain in this race at the end, but I can't see it being, getting wet within 4 laps. It seems very unlikely, but maybe that's another thing Matt and Tenari were hoping for, was the wet stuff. As Futuristic gets up to P13, gets past Lepson in the Red Bull.
Okay, even if the race starts now, I don't know how fast the track is gonna be wet.
Yeah, I don't know. It typically takes at least 2 laps, doesn't it?
But left Samim overtake him.
I'm looking at Tipsy Bob. Tipsy Bob is closing in on Dice, so he's got that 3-second gap under control. But he also has Matt ahead, who has to pit. Tenari ahead, who has to pit. So is Tipsy Bob looking at? He's looking like he might be P6 right now, effectively, which is a pretty good return to form for his his big return to league racing today.
I don't know. I give up right now. I give up. I don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah, 32 lap old hards for Matt. I'm surprised they haven't popped by now, actually. But he is.
Pitted, as he should have.
We do have one guy pitting at the back there. It's Verche putting on a fresh set of softs. Are we going to see Tenari come into the pits here, though?
We have to. We have to. He has to change the compound.
Funny story. I once there was once a league race where a guy never pitted. He won the race, but then got obviously he got disqualified at the end by the game. And he came into chat and he was like, "I don't understand. Why did I get disqualified?" And we were like, are you being serious? You don't know that you have to change tires at least once in a race?" And he did not know this information. Like, where is he? Oh, Tenari and Gamer side by side there as I'm waffling on. Tenari able to defend the position for now, but it's all in vain, isn't it? Really, Tenari has to pit. Matt down to P9. Oh, I think Matt has Matt got a puncture? He's going a bit slow here. Car doesn't look the best, and am I seeing rain as well?
Now, even if it starts raining, yes, it has started to rain. But who's gonna pit for Inders right now? Tell me.
Oh, DRS disabled, so it is raining. I don't see it. Like, I can see a wee tiny bit of streaking on the halo here, but yeah. I guess this is it. I mean, it's not enough.
It's very, very, very late in the game. It's very late in the race.
Yeah, but we are going to see Tenari pit here, so this is damage control for Tenari. Oh, McKender in the pits as well. That's interesting. So
McKender, we know about McKender. He's gonna perform either way.
Our gamer does not pit, stays out on these hards, so he's gonna try to endure this wet stuff and bring these hards to the end of the race. But we're gonna see which strategy pays off here. It really comes down to how wet it gets, how quickly it gets to the wet conditions. And I have to say, the DRS disabled came up very, very quick. That may indicate we are about to get very wet quick, and McKenna comes out in P3 on enters. And we've got 2 cars off. 3, there's a third car actually, no safety car as yet though. There can be no safety car, we're in the
Christian on the first place. Christian overtakes our gamer with the mediums.
Oh, our gamer was off the track there, so McKenna back up to P2.
We have a spin on the first sector. It's futuristic.
Oh dear. Yeah.
And we have a Mercedes behind him. John, I think it is.
Yeah, and look at Tenari. Tenari is P4 on enters and about to pass our gamer. Is this track going to pay off for Tenari? We were darting it the whole way, but there we go. The wet stuff came, and we have one more lap. So Tenari 7 seconds behind Mikander, but crucially now 7 seconds behind Christian as Mikander gets past Christian with relative ease and already got 1.2 gap. So it looks like Tenari is going to bring home a P2 finish. And Smelto as well might get a podium here today. Actually, Smelto is looking very rapid. He's right on the back of Tenari, so Smelto could potentially get P2. Tenari
is very, very careful about his acceleration on the first sector. He knows he doesn't have the grid.
Heat in the pits. Why would you pit on the I don't understand. Okay, he's retiring from the session, I think. Oh, he's got that 5-second penalty there, but look at Christian. Oh, getting passed there by Tenari and Smelto. So really, the biggest battle we have on track right now is between Smelto and Tenari, and this is for P2. And is Mikander going to peel into the pits on this last lap and retire the car? I don't know, but Tenari currently in P2. Who would have thought it? This rain has really revitalized his race. Tipsy Bob down to P8 as Matt on those enters gets past him, and yeah, these dry runners are praying to see the checkered flag today as Tenari. Oh, let's have a look at Mikander actually. Mikander crosses the line. It was a last to first. He slows down, crosses the line, takes a checkered flag. P1 from him. Tenari P2. Smelto on the podium. Great end of the season for him. P3 and Samim on these enters up to P4. Beats his teammate. Who would have thought that? Christian P5. Matt looking like he's going to get P6. Our gamer really bad exit out of the last corner, and looks like he's going to get P7, or he's got Dice right behind him looking pretty rapid here, but I think our gamer's got enough to cross the line. P7 and Wesley P9 in the end. Oh dear, Tipsy Bob is dropping on the order here. Is he going to get the P10, or is he going to nick it from him in the last seconds of the race? I think Tipsy Bob is actually going to get P10 on his return. What a way to finish a race. Nice.
10th place.
There we go. What a crazy race.
The track became wet in half a lap.
Yeah, that was crazy, wasn't it? I couldn't even really see the rain on my screen, and it was like DRS disabled. So
yeah, I started in 3 laps before the end, and in 2.5 laps before the end it was wet.
Crazy, isn't it? Larson crossing of the line. P13 for him. Futuristic P14, maybe P15 actually. Oh, we're getting some donuts. Joel, who is a tier 2 manager, is providing us Joel and Futuristic are providing some donuts, actually reversing across the line. Amazing scenes in Brazil. Oh. There you go, that's the race in the bag. Tier 2, Season 10, over and done. And yeah, it looks like Ferrari take that Constructors from what I'm seeing in chat there. But Mikander bringing it home, last to first achievement unlocked for Mikander. And Tenari with a P2, so close to winning that race. Smelto, awesome P3 from him, and he's had some really good results this season, so been mighty impressed with Smelto all season long.
Anyways, I have to leave you right now because something happened. So
Yeah, not a problem, not a problem. I'll handle the
thank
interview.
you for the championship. I hope I did a good job,
Oh yeah, as always.
and we will see you again in another.
Yes, we will speak soon, my friend. Thanks again for all your hard work this season.
Thank you everybody for watching us. We will be here again in Tier 1 tomorrow. Okay, so see you then. Bye.
There he goes. Babalos has left the building. But yeah, there we go. McKenner P1, Tenari P2, Smelto P3. So that's our podium for today. Sam Aim with a great final phase of the race up to P4. Matt as well, P6 in the end. Just being pipped by Christian there. So it looked like our gamer was going to get that P2 until the very end there, where the wet stuff came down. And yeah, with that said, we will head over to interviews and have a chat with the lads. Right, okay, so we have Tenari. Okay, Tenari. Oh, wait, let's try that again. Tenari. Technology is great when it works. Tenari, how's it going, my friend, my fellow
It's
admin?
going.
So
Yeah.
so close today, man. It did not look good there at the end of the race, but obviously you knew what we didn't, that there was wet stuff coming in, and came a little bit late, but it seemed to do the trick for you. I mean, revitalize your race, and you got P2 in the end. So yeah, how was it for you out there?
Well, I mean, it wasn't actually that good because I threw the 360 at the beginning, and that kind of like screwed my race a bit. And then when the safety car came, we decided to pit for mediums because it said in the beginning on the weather thing that it would rain in the end. So we took the risk, and for a long time it seemed like I was just gonna get disqualified, and that's that. But luckily, it started raining on like 2 laps before the end, and it was very lucky because it usually doesn't go straight to inters, but it went to like wet conditions very fast.
Yeah, it was incredibly fast actually. It didn't even look wet. Like I couldn't really see any rain when the DRS got disabled, but obviously there was enough of it to warrant the DRS being disabled at that point in the race. But yeah, it just came and saved your bacon because we were thinking like once you if you do pit, you're also going to lose out a lot of positions as the gaps weren't that big after that last safety car. But yeah, I mean you held in there, and you know what I'm going to do actually, Tanari. You're obviously part of the Ferrari team this season with Meepo, so I'm going to bring Meepo in. Uh,
Yeah.
Meepo Tier 2 champion confirmed. Also, I believe Ferrari are the constructors champs. Is that right?
I'm 99% sure, yeah.
Let's go. Let's go, Tunari. Let's go.
You've cleaned up. You're too fast for Tier 2, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi.
You okay there?
Yeah, I'm celebrating because now it's been confirmed that me and Tunari are champions, and I'm not champion, so
Yeah, well, try not to let it go to your head, Meepo.
No, okay. I know. I'm not. I'm just celebrating. I not celebrate anymore.
Yeah, you can of course celebrate. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, the race today. What happened? It looked like a complete
well,
nightmare.
basically, I got lapped. I knew that I couldn't do anything about it really after I got lapped. So I just tried to let's see if I can overtake Lemats so I can, maybe get unlapped, but that didn't work. The game disqualified me, so that was fun. But well, Tunari clutched the championship for us, so
Cool stuff. And you've achieved this Tier 2 title, Tier 2 constructors. What's next on your hit list of goals?
Tier 1 win.
Tier 1 win. I like it, yeah.
Yep.
And it's there, man. It is there. You're getting better every race, every season, I think. And Tenari as well. Obviously, Tenari. It was this season, isn't it? You won no assist, or was it last season?
Last season I started no assist at the start of this game, so last season.
Yeah. So I mean, very impressive stuff from you. You've obviously improved a lot since you dropped the no assist and pole last race, wasn't it? And almost pole this time around as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, pace-wise it's been quite the same for a while, but obviously it's good that I'm not doing the same mistakes that much anymore. Obviously, this race I again spun, yeah, but you know, it is what it is, and I luckily didn't lose out too much because of it.
Here's a question for you I like to ask at the end of a season. What was your favorite point in the season, and what was your least favorite point of the season?
Wait, I'm gonna have to pull out the calendar. Give me a second.
Okay.
Can I?
I can actually say worst point was Sandworld because I like the track and
Come
I
on.
had decent pace, but yeah, I threw it in the bin. So you know.
Yikes. Meebo, what are you reckon?
Well, my favorite was Monaco, overtaking Air Gamer, because, you know, Monaco, it's tough to overtake there. And my least favorite, there's a lot of them, but like, maybe, Baku, last lap. Yeah.
Relive that again. What happened?
Last lap, first corner, boom! And I got spun around, basically.
Oh yes. It's all coming
Yeah.
back to me now. Yeah. Well, there you go. The highs and lows of a season, but you came out on top. That's what's important, I guess.
I find it funny that me and Tunari both are tier 2 champions now.
Yeah. Well, you're now in the Hall of Fame. Both of you.
Yeah. Yeah. Also,
I mean,
okay, Tunar, sorry.
yeah,
But also, every time Tunar has won, or like once, we have been constructors. Now I won. We have been constructors. See, there's a pattern.
Okay, and you guys gonna remain teammates then for future seasons, you reckon, or?
If
can
there
stay
is,
in BL2, then yeah, why not? I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm allowed to.
Yeah.
I
Well.
mean, depends on a lot of things. I guess.
Yeah, but hopefully, yeah, we will see you back in tier 2. I like to see people defend their titles.
Yeah.
That would be a good thing to see. But both of you guys are going to be in tier 1 race tomorrow. What do you think about that one?
I don't know. I basically got zero input on the race today, so.
Could be good. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the track is quite nice and yeah, feels good to
Yeah.
drive it. So
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be wet tomorrow, though.
I
Oh,
mean, if
no.
it's
Oh,
wet,
no.
then yeah, it's the opposite opinion. But
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Ocean.
yeah.
Ocean.
Yeah.
I heard you say that you don't like last to first challenges at all.
No, I don't like this. No.
You want people to show their best in
Yes,
races.
Yeah. I'm a purist.
The only thing why I wanted to do this is to improve my overtaking and awareness and stuff, because I can't do that. Looks like that neither was improved, so I might take you up on that.
Yeah, I'm just a bit of a purist that way, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean sometimes it's good. Like McKender was able to pull it off today. But it does open you up to that. You have to navigate yourself, your way for a lot of slower drivers, and that's the tricky part, isn't it? Because oftentimes you get caught up in incidents that are unavoidable, and it is what it is, I guess. It's league racing, but yeah, good job from both of you today. Well, Tenari.
Well, except me.
yeah. I mean, Mipa was mental support.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
For half of the race.
Teamwork. But yeah, get that title, both of you, and we look forward to seeing you in future races. But we'll keep an eye for you tomorrow and be cheering you on from the sidelines as always.
Thank you.
We'll speak to you soon, and yeah, happy birthday again, Mipo.
You're about 4 days left.
You want to ruin
Thank you.
it, man? What do you mean?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, guys, catch you later. Thanks for the interview.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Yike. Right. Apparently we've got a spicy interview coming up here. Our gamer, I'll give you the mic. Apparently you got something to say, bro.
No, first let's talk about my race. What is that?
Oh, you
I,
backtracking?
I have a
Okay.
race, man.
Okay.
First. Then
Tell us about your race, man. How'd it go?
quali was good. I think I got P3, but I could got on like P1 or a pole, but I don't know, like it didn't just come together the lap. But I was satisfied with the P3. But yeah, after I was behind Vinge and Tonari, it was just the whole this DRS train stuck the whole race until incident happened to Tonari and Vinge. Yeah, I don't know why. When Tonari spun, Vinge suddenly got higher pace, and he just pushed away to out of the DRS. And me and him just chilled, like the whole race until I think pit stops. The pit stops, though, I don't know, like they were. I wanted to go into mediums as a gamble because yeah, I started on mediums. So if I go on the mediums, I have to stop again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to gamble like Tonari, but I don't know, like the rain kept getting pushed back, as you saw, like the rain was like the last two laps, so it was getting pushed back with the engineer kept telling me it's all pushed back. So I said like let's go on the hards, and I had good pace on the hards. Like Tonari couldn't really pull away that I kept within his DRS, so that was good. But when the rain came, I don't know, man. Like I saw McKinder pit, I saw Tonari pit. Then I thought to myself, like, I have to win. Like for the constructors, I have to win. Like we can't win the constructors without me winning at least.
Yeah.
So I gambled. I stayed out, and it was like very horrible. I think the rain was just so strong. I had no like. I was basically floating on the racetrack, so yeah, I think got like P6, P7, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and
Good race.
your teammate Sam Aim, he brought it home in P4, I believe. So
Yeah.
it looked like he was struggling at certain points of the race, but obviously that rain, whatever strat he went for, it paid off in the end. So Aston Martin, good haul of points today, but I don't think it was enough then for the
No.
constructors, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But a good race overall. Yeah, a lot of positives to take away from this one. The incredible pace out there.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're very good at Brazil.
No, I think I'm good.
Bro, come on, bro.
I have pace on Vinch and Tonari basically matched. Mappa was probably faster if he was like ahead of me. I don't know. Like, it's my usual spot. Like I'm always like behind the finish guys, like P3, P4 always. So I don't think it's like I'm better there or I'm slower here, or it's just like a normal track for me. The whole season I've been in this space, except a couple of tracks where I've been very slow or slower, like close to close to futuristic and 8 pace. But yeah, I don't know. I think I improved a lot this season with the race pace, but yeah.
I have another question. Like, I asked Meepo and Tanari when they were in. It's the end of the season, so obviously we've had 11 rounds of racing. Pick out your favorite moment of the season and your worst moment of the season.
Worst, I'll go worst, I think. France. That was horrible for me. I think I remember I hit Christian lap 1. I got front wing damage, and I just could not recover the whole race. I don't know why that happened to me, because I think I have a good pace compared to the rest of the field, but it was not there. My best race, I don't know actually. Let's see, maybe Monaco had good pace there, Monaco, but I will say my best race was Japan, because I think it was the only race where I could like keep up with Mepo. I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
But I had no races, yeah, but I had no good moments. Yeah, I don't really fight with people.
What
or
about
overtake or
Australia? I look back at Australia. You guys, Aston Martin P1, P2. That must have felt good.
Oh yeah, that was that was amazing, the feeling. But I don't think we had like it was a good race, great race actually. But I think it gave us so much too much hope for the season because yeah, we just got the strategy like perfectly, and the other team Ferrari, Mepo, and Tonari got it completely wrong. So I think it's like a strategy call. But I don't think like I have a good specific moments from the races.
I see Samim is in your channel. Do you think I should bring him in?
No, he's not even. I don't think he's here, so he went.
Oh dear. Oh well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, a good season overall. Obviously, you're up against some really strong contenders, and I think this season, it has to be said, you obviously got a lot better. You know, when you're up against people like Christian and McKender. I was gonna say Tipsy Bob there, but maybe not yet. Tipsy Bob. He's just getting rid of the rust. But yeah, like Meepo and Tanari and there's a bunch of other fast guys in there. So that's only going to make you better for future seasons. So tier 2, is that where you're going to be racing next season? Do you think?
Yeah, hopefully. I can't just race tier 1. I mean, is I think a bit too fast for me. So yeah, I just hope to stay in tier 2 and improve. But can I say a piece? Can I say my piece?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know, like in tier 2 I haven't been like completely satisfied because I don't know, feels like we're not fighting two guys, Ferrari. We're fighting Ferrari and a couple of tier 1 guys, and I just hate to see like when we get reserves, they're fast. They're not only fast, they're like on our team. They're on someone team, the opposing team, like Ferrari for example. And it was like the only I think it's one of the big reasons we lost the constructors, or I mean for this race at least, because like my gamble on the staying out on the mediums or the hards, I mean, at the end of the race, it was completely or mostly to Makender, because he was P1 and we could not have gotten the constructors without getting a win, I think, if I remember correctly. So like I had to stay out. I think I could have, if I pit and it was only between me and Tonari, I could have maybe fought him, got a good race, maybe beat him and got the constructors. It would have been a good race, but with Makender there, I had to gamble on the hards and stay out, and it just ruined my race. I spun, but the decision is on. It was like a perfect decision for me, right? I should not stay out, but I think with there being reserves that are so fast, like he was like just cruising in P1, like he just starts last and goes to P1 like very easily. It happens also last season, if I remember correctly, with Kiko, and it was I think the Ferrari called their supporters from Tier 1. You know, if I remember correctly, Makender and Adizzi participated in the Monza race last season at the end. And if I remember correctly, they slowed down a bit at the finish line to help their compatriots, Mepo or Tonari. I don't know if it was like for the drivers or for the constructors. I don't know. But like I feel like this is the second time it happens. Like at the end of the season, you know, the support comes from Tier 1 and it's just, you know, messes up the battle between Aston Martins and Ferrari. Yeah, I don't know, it was not like, it was a pure battle. Yeah, we had Matt, you know, he was on our team, but also Vinge, so I don't care if Vinge is on their team, so. But yeah, I think also Vinge with Mepo against Christian, and they are teammate, Vinge and Christian. It's like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like a fair fight, always with Mepo and Tonari. Yeah. That's my piece. Hello, is this sad music?
Sorry, we lost you there for a sec. Could you repeat that again?
I probably forgot it, so...
Did you write that speech out, or was that just...
No.
That was impressive, man.
Was there sad music? Please say no.
There might have been sad music.
No!
go. You've aired your
That's
dirty laundry.
that's a good clip. Yeah.
Do you feel good now?
People.
Do you feel like is this been like a therapeutic session for you, where you feel
Yeah. I feel like you're my therapist. I don't pay you though. That's good. It's a free therapist.
yeah.
But yeah. It was I don't know. Like in the end, we will race next season, so it's not like a huge issue. But it's just frustrating. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I love the Finnish guys. I love Mekender. I love Daisy. I love Meppo. I love Tsunari. They're great guys in the server. So it's not like a personal issue. Just racing.
Yeah. Well, welcome to League Racing, Wargamer.
Thank you, man. I'm happy to be here.
You know what you can do, man. You know what you can do, and people who are listening, if they agree with you, bring in more drivers. That's what we need. That will fix the issue. It's not like it's not like a admin thing, because the alternative to having like people like Mikander and Tanari and Meepo and stuff is like we run like half grids, because it's the state of the game at the minute. There doesn't seem to be that influx of drivers, and obviously with COVID over, it's on the decline as well, and we're past the launch of the game, or maybe getting closer to the next game release, and that's whenever you find this drop off in in drivers, like full-time drivers who are committed to driving. So basically we need more drivers, and if we get more drivers, we can balance out the tiers of it, so it is a bit fairer, because I personally I love the idea of it being fairer, and that all the stuff you're saying is true. It's just I have to look at it from a different point of view, in terms of like getting full grids and that kind of stuff, so unfortunately it's just how it is at the minute. But I do hear what you're saying, and I do hear the complaints. I do read them every week.
I even I feel like for the guys even in tier 2, like compared to me and Meppo and Tunari and Samim, it's the same for them. So I like Mekenda to me is me to them. So I also feel their frustration, because I think everyone when is racing, maybe some have goals of having fun. Some are more competitive, having like they want to win championship, they want to win races, compete for the podiums. As it's always like a good feeling, fighting for wins, fighting for podiums. But yeah, it's not everyone. Like it's pretty impossible to have a grid that is all like completely the same pace. That's like impossible. So I know the frustration from your side. So yeah. So it's like I don't know. I don't know how to end that. But yeah.
Well, we had the race, but we also had the monologue from our gamer, which was probably longer than the race. So I think there's a few guys wanting to get interviewed here, so I'm gonna have to throw you out. But our gamer, been a pleasure watching you drive.
Thank you, man.
I do enjoy your races, and seeing you at the front end of the grid along with Samim. So look forward to seeing you guys back on track next season. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
We'll look forward to Nana on Sunday as well. Be an interesting one. Given your pace today.
I just want to thank you, man. It was like SLR is just that's just the most amazing league. I've been like with other leagues, like a couple of leagues, 5, 6, 7, but they're nowhere near SLR. Like the cleanliness of the drivers, the pace, the community in SLR, they're so helpful. Like in each like aspect of the game, and also you can play other games with them. So it was like, I think SLR is just the best community for league racing and meeting new good people, fun people. But yeah, I appreciate everyone, the whole staff. Even if I don't agree with most of their calls, but they're amazing. They dedicate their personal time for this league. So yeah, I much appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Yeah, thanks for the feedback, man. I appreciate that, and good to hear. But we will speak to you again soon, Gamer, and until then, see you later.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. Okay, so yeah, do we have time for other people? We're at the free R market. We might turn this race into a trilogy where it's just like 5 minutes of racing and 2 days of our gamer talking. Anyway, let's see who we got. Spinning McLaren, let's go. Hey Matt, you're in the commentator's booth. Sorry about the delay there. There was we had a driver in there that would not stop talking for some reason. I don't know what he was saying. It was interesting stuff though. Yeah, Tipsy says that was almost longer than my interviews. No, not quite, Bob. But anyway, Matt, yes, let's have a look at your race, right? So, looked like you had really good pace today, and we were saying in the race you have shown improvements all season long. I know you're kind of keen on getting, having that translate into actual results. And it looked today like we were really questioning. You were like the longest runner in those hards, I believe. I think they were at 30 laps old at one point,
Yeah,
maybe even older than that. But
88% on the rears. Yeah.
wow. But you stuck to it. I mean, it must have been tempting to pit before that rain came down, but you went all in, and it paid off in the end. I think you came home in P5, was it?
P6.
P6,
in the end.
yeah. Considering how it looked at the end there, lap 30, it looked like you weren't going to be in the points at the end of the race. But yeah, just talk us through, like, your thought process during that time.
Actually, I knew there were gonna be rain, so I actually took the gamble to not pit under safety car, which was a mistake. Now that I understand why, because I was following Gamer the whole, not Gamer, Macendo the whole first stint, and he won. And if we had the same strategy, basically we both started on hards. Not the same pace though. He had a slightly better pace, but he was faster than me. In the end, I could have followed him, but I decided not to go in to because my tires just felt good. Actually, I was 30% of the hards. I was like, okay, I can go longer. And I was hoping for another safety car, which didn't came and props to the driver basically because that was a clean race, good battles, 3 laps battles with Christian. So I really enjoyed that race, to be honest. But yeah, strategically speaking, it was I fucked up. Like basically, I cannot say anything else. I just fucked up. I was a bit unlucky because I hesitated to pit for Inters because the sky was becoming very dark, and yeah, I just got off the pit lane to go back on track because I was like, no, don't pit now. It's too soon. And then it started raining at turn 1 straight away. So I was quite gutted
Yeah.
because I could have gotten a bit more positions, but still, I made damage limitation on my strategical mistake. So I'm quite happy with that race.
Yeah, it kind of, yeah, you get saved at the very end. I mean that rain usually it takes a few laps for it to get wet and for the DRS to be disabled, but this time it was like very quick. Like you say, it was like within almost a couple of turns, it was a wet track. What was it like driving out there? When it went wet, were you feeling like you could potentially make up a few positions, or were you just trying to get to the finish line?
Like in the wet conditions.
Yeah.
I knew I could get a couple of positions because I saw people staying out, and I was driving on ice while coming to the pit, so I knew these people will not make it to the end. So I just pushed as hard as I could, and in the end I got P6. I wanted to let Gamer through, but he told me no, no, just go. I'm driving on ice at the moment, so just go. All right. So yeah.
Good
Props
stuff.
again to Christian for the nice battles, 3 laps in a row. I think we were side by side, so it was very fun.
Yeah, I think we caught some of that on the stream, thankfully. Lots of battles throughout the track, throughout the race. One thing I want to ask, I've asked other drivers as well. It's the last race of the season, so looking back on the season, what has been your high point and what's the low point? Because I know you've had some frustrating races where you've had the pace, but you haven't been able to translate it for whatever reason into a race result. But
Yeah.
what was your best kind of memory of the season? What was the one you want to forget about?
The one I want to forget about, I don't remember it because I already forgot it. I'm quickly moving on. But in the end, yeah, I've seen a lot of improvements on my side, and actually pace-wise, I'm a bit faster now. But now I need to nail my strategies and to finally get a podium or win. Who knows? But that was a hell of a season. Thank you for organizing all of this, because that's one of the cleanest league I've ever raced in. To be honest, because I've went in a lot of leagues, and this one, like, people were telling me all good things about your league, so I decided to join, and that was not a mistake because I improved myself as a person and as a driver as well.
Yeah, you've been a really welcome addition to the league. You, along with Sammy and our gamer, Kiko as well, all enjoyed having you in this season, definitely. And I know I can remember like at the start of the season, we're trying to get you in, weren't we? And it was a wee bit tricky at the start, but we got there in the end. And yeah, I mean, you've been racing in Nana as well this season, so you've been going from like assists, using assists in tier 2 and then dropping them for the same race later that week. How has that been, flipping between the two? Because obviously maybe you want to focus on one over the other, but
Yeah.
you've had some pretty good times in Nana as well. I remember Mexico, actually. You were ahead of me. I think you got it. Yeah, you got ahead of me by the first corner of lap one, and your pace was great. Like, I think once you get the mistakes out of the way, like, you'll be flying in Nana as well.
Yeah, I loved switching to assist with no assist was not actually so hard to me, but yeah, on Mexico I didn't know the breaking points. I just learned them like before the race. I did it in TT, but in time trial you've got the lines,
Yeah.
the blue lines of your previous time, so it's still a bit of a line. But I've done quite a few laps in time trial. I think I've done like 40 laps just to get in the groove with Nana. And well, yeah, I loved Nana, to be honest, even if I did not attend most of the race, which I'm very sorry for.
Yeah.
But
You know what?
uh,
I'm just remembering, maybe some lowlights from your season, technical issues. You've had a few races, where you've been really good spots, and then for whatever reason, there's some technical issues cropped in and just,
yeah,
messed your whole race up. So, yeah,
remembers on board. Yeah,
that
yeah,
that that, that sucks because you always like question what could have been then, could you've won or, I mean, done really well
yeah.
in those races. But yeah, that's just Codemasters, isn't there, really, or
No,
technology as
actually,
a
that
whole?
was my computer. That was my computer. That was, for once, it was not the game. It was my computer.
Just blame the game. Like, it's we blame it for everything else pretty much. So we'll just lump
Yeah,
in your computer problems and blame it on
yeah,
Codemasters. But yeah, looking forward to. Hopefully, we're gonna have you back in Tier 2 next season.
yep,
Um, yeah, and along with our gamer and Samim. So look forward to that. But yeah, we'll see you again Sunday. So maybe get back on the ComTrader booth for that one if you do well. Who
yeah.
knows? Brazil. Anything can happen. I did some practice for this track and I just span like every lap, I think. So it's not looking good for me. So you might well be ahead of me, but that might just be P9 then.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean, anything else you want to say before we wrap this one up?
No, just thank you
Okay, bro.
for having me here and in the league.
Yeah, well, merci beaucoup, as they say in Italy
This one.
or whatever. But yeah, we'll speak again soon, Matt. And thanks
Yep.
again. Yeah, good race today, man. It paid off in the end. And I'm sure you'll enjoy watching that one back as well, because there was a lot of side-by-side action we were able to pick up with you and various drivers for the grid.
Yeah, that was so nice.
Okay.
So, well, yep.
Yeah, we'll speak soon. Au revoir for now. Bon voyage, and that's
Bye.
all the French I know. So bye.
Bye.
So Christian has been waiting in the wings for a long time, mostly due to our gamers monologue. Um, I don't know if you caught that, Christian, but
Yeah, somewhat.
yeah, some of it, yeah. Okay, well, it's all live on our stream. There's a 5 minute race followed by an hour long our gamer monologue.
Yeah.
That's pretty much. But let's get to the race, Christian. You had a pretty good race. You started at the back with Meepo. Didn't work out for Meepo, but you were, you know, looked early on like you were, you know, you got a few positions and all, but later in the race, you just seemed to get stronger and stronger, and ended up with a really good result today. So just talk us through the race from your point of view.
Uh, well, I'm not. Well, I had a decent start. With I think it was Meepo and two other people
Hmm.
in turn 1 and 2. They hit. They had a contact, and then I gained three positions, and I was up to P16, I think, and it was just picking, trying to pick him out one by one over the laps.
Yeah, we saw that you had to be patient, didn't you? Because you know, if you, it's like there's a lot of places in Brazil you can't really overtake, or if you do stick your nose in, you might end up in the grass or with damage. So yeah, I mean that's experience right there, and you're quite a young driver. You're 16, I believe, or if not 17.
Yeah, 16.
Um, 16, yeah. So young driver, but showing a lot of wisdom on those young shoulders of yours. So, you obviously you must be racing for a while. I'm saying that you've 500 hours in F1 21, 2020. You had 180 hours. And you've driven in league races before, of course. So, you know, how was it, you know, coming into SLR and facing the likes of Meepo, Gamer, Sammy, Smelto?
Well, I started out in tier 3. Uh, I joined like mid-season, and then uh, tier 3 didn't. Uh, it didn't. How do you say that in English? Well, there was only tier 1 and tier 2 in season 10, and somehow I was fighting for the championship from one season to the other.
Yeah, impressive stuff. You know, it was up against you and Meepo. I mean, it's sad that it didn't go on to the final race, but you definitely kept him on his toes all season long, and it looked like it was going your way at one point. And you know, just talk about that. Maybe just tell us what it feels like to have lost out on the title by such a close margin.
It sucks real bad. But it was fun at least. At least it was fun. But
Yeah,
it's never fun losing in the end. But it is what it is.
exactly. It is what it is. C'est la vie. Tell us what was your highlight of the season and what was your lowlight?
Mm, well, definitely Mexico. That's my worst race for sure.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Quite an obvious one.
And favorite moment?
Favorite Well, obviously I want Singapore, but yeah, well, it gotta be Singapore. But the race I enjoyed the most was either Brazil or Coda. That's yeah, Brazil
Coda.
or Coda or
Did you?
Singapore.
Yeah, did you win Coda ticket then? Yeah.
No, no, I finished second, but I was feeling so good for some reason. But I had 6 seconds of penalty, so Meepo got it in the end.
I. Well, I mean, are has this you know ignited the fire in you to come back next season and challenge for that tier 2 title once more?
For sure.
Good stuff. That's what I like to hear. Yep. So, I mean, we'll probably be taking a few week break, but we'll of course keep you guys informed of what's happening in the league, and we'll probably have a special event or two in the meantime. So stay posted for that. And Christian, it's been a real pleasure having you in the league this season. Great seeing you at the front end of the grid, battling it out for wins and in title contention right to the last race, pretty much. So yeah, appreciate that, and hope to see you on track again soon.
I'm glad I'm a good join.
Good job, man. I don't know how to say goodbye in Danish. How do you say goodbye in Danish?
Farvel.
Okay, Seville.
Farvel
Se,
with an
se,
F.
se, Where's the F at the start? Faville?
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Ah, let's go, bro. Let's go. Faville.
Faville.
There we go. That's Christian out. And we're going to bring in, we've actually got two drivers here, but we're going to bring them in together. We've got Futuristic, and we're going to bring Tipsy Bob in as well. Guys, it's over. The last race of season 2. I'm going to speak to Futuristic first because you've done pretty much all the races this season. I guess I'll just ask you straight out. What was your best race and what was your worst race?
Well, position-wise, my best race is Singapore, but I wouldn't say it's. I'm happy with the podium I got in Singapore, but I don't think it was my best race because that has to be the 30 plus laps on the hard scene around Monaco. That has to be the top race of my season this year.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was an enjoyable one. I think it was crew chief new, wasn't it? I think I even told you to pit, and you were like, "No, I'm staying out, bro."
Yeah,
I'm all in.
you should always remember. Don't listen to your crew chief.
Yeah, rule number 1 of crew chiefing: don't listen to crew chiefs. We'll just go flip over to Bob for a quick question. Bob, you've not been racing for a long time. You came back, and somehow you got in well into the points today. Obviously, there was a bit of luck there, but really, the weather. Yeah, no one could predict what the weather was going to do there. So I don't think you didn't pit, did you, at the end?
What about you, mate?
Hey,
No, I didn't.
yeah, and do you think looking back, you should have pitted maybe?
Oh, flip.
Yeah.
No, for I mean, I was just about to have a bit of crack, right, as you know.
Yeah.
But for real, I mean, whenever I were seen where I would have finished, I'm pretty sure I would have been. If I'm being really generous to myself, I probably would have finished around P6. I actually think 6 or 7, because I was actually recovered really well. Look, I was doing a bit of practice with you last night, Chief. You know yourself that I did go faster than what I did in quali. I can go quicker, but it's just trying to hook it up all together in one lap is a bit tricky for me at the moment. But look, I was thinking about starting last with everyone else, but I decided I'll just give it a go. Where to start? P9, I think, and then how do we nibble at Joel to see if he would crumble? And he did a little wobble from Joel. But I thought, I'll just hang back and see how this goes. But then I think I had somebody, I think it was Smelto spun, didn't he? Smelto spun, and then he was catching up on me. And I was thinking, right, if I didn't make a move on Joel, I'm going to get, done by Smelto. So I was pushing a wee bit hard, and then I kind of lost it. I'm sure you've seen, and I was cutting the grass for a wee while in Brazil.
Getting a Brazilian?
Yeah, and then what happened? What's that? What?
Were you getting a Brazilian?
Lovely. So I was getting a Brazilian there, and then whenever I was going up past the pit lane, I seen that there was a yellow flag for ages and ages. So I was thinking, safety car. So I yeeted in, but of course, my luck, there was no safety car. So I ended up having hards on at lap 9, which was a bit earlier than I had planned. So I knew that if there was going to be safety cars, then I would be all right. And the only thing I always kind of relied on before I stopped racing was not getting penalties. And so I didn't even get a single warning. So I just relied on that. Then there was the safety car, and then I was behind Lepsum. And I seen that wee Leps was a wee bit dodgy at the slow exits. So I was just conserving, waited for him to lose it. I think he did lose it a wee bit, and I got past him. Anyway, long story short, I caught up with Wes. I think you might have thought there was contact between me and Wes, but there actually wasn't. He just lost it on himself. Got up to where I was, then the rain happened, and I was just about to plan a move on Dice. He was there he was ripe for the picking. I was gonna swear there. I was gonna take it off him, but the rain came out, and I thought 2 laps to go. Surely it's not going to get that wet that quickly. Surely not. But of course, that's my inexperience racing in this game because I have been away for so long. that yes, it was horrific, absolutely horrific. I think I had 27 laps on hards and 2 laps in wet. Yeah, does not recommend it. It was horrible, but I still finished what P10, I think it was. So from P9 to last to P10, I'm pretty sure I probably could have got a bit higher, man. But look, I did say before I'm going to vibe. It's just for the crack to get into the vibe. I was also testing a setup. I'm going to try something different tomorrow if I get a tier 1 reserve, and I'll take it a wee bit more seriously because I don't want to jeopardize anyone's race tomorrow, because tomorrow is a big one. And I said I don't want to speak longer than our gamer, but
That's impossible.
yes, but I am tempted to kind of set it out just to watch it, because it is, of all the tier 1 races that I have witnessed, took a part in, commentated on, and watched, I have not been this more excited for a tier 1 race than I am for the one tomorrow, because of the potential of how many winners, and there's so many awesome guys in the league that are racing who could win it. It's going to be really juicy. Justin and Dan and Mac, in my opinion, are the 3 favourites to get it, although I know Tino and I think it's Kiko as well. Kiko is the other guy who could possibly get it. But anyway, hopefully I'll take part. I'm going to shut up now. Hopefully I'll be able to take part tomorrow, and I hope to do a little bit better, but it's very doubtful. I'm probably going to get lapped.
Well, it is tier 1, yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to that one myself. 5 drivers could win tier 1 tomorrow. They could win the tier 1 title. And Danny Co is so close. He's never won it before, but he's like the fastest driver in SLR. Never to have won that tier 1 title. Always been tantalizingly close, hasn't he, in previous seasons?
If I could just pick up on that then. So the thing about wee Dan is that Dan has got the potential to win multiple times, right? I think, I don't know whether it was the first time Mac won it or the second time, but it was one of the two. I was racing. I think I was more reserving more back then. And I remember it was a really tight battle between Mac and Dan, like two guys I'm really fond of in the leagues. And I was thinking, right, if either of them win it, I'll be happy, because they're 2 top guys. But I always remembered that it was in Hungary, and it was Dan and Mac were going for the title. Every race, every position counted. And back then, I didn't really make any mistakes. I was always quite grounded on the structure of the track. But I made one mistake in that fast right-hander in Sector 3. I completely lost it. I hit the wall, and it just so happened to be Dan the man right behind me. I took him out. I absolutely, completely wrecked him. Instantly out of the race. I think Mac, he probably got on the podium that race. And then going into, I think it was Imola. We raced in Imola back then. And Dan really, really, really needed a good result. And I came out of the last corner. I did a bit of a spin, and it kind of blocked Dan, which then screwed him over, and then screwed him over twice. So, yeah, so Mac got that one as well. Not saying that I'm responsible for it. I'm just saying I didn't help. So that's why I'm kind of a little...
Maybe you shouldn't race tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking maybe I should just sit it out.
Unless you race tomorrow and spin into McKenna, just to even it up a bit.
Even it out a bit, but I'll shut up here, right? But I kind of just joined just to kind of delay you from getting a cup of tea, really, to be honest.
Microwave.
No. Get him out. We do not make... Ladies and gentlemen, listen, if you ever hear from Futuristic about making tea in the microwave, just block him. Remove him from your phone.
I actually thought Futuristic thought you did it in an oven. Who was that? Was there someone saying you should heat it up in the oven? Because that's just backwards. I do want to ask Futuristic, are you coming back next season, bro? Because you've been a long-standing member, a veteran SLR driver, and we've always enjoyed your company and seeing you on track. Are you coming back next season? What can we expect from you?
I'm hunting down you on the seasons that you have done in the SLR, so you can count me in.
Yeah, man. There we go. What do you reckon? Tier 2 or?
Bottom split.
Okay, that'll be the whatever tier I'm in. Hopefully we get a few tiers going tomorrow next season. But we'll see. We'll see. We need drivers desperately. So anyone listening who feels like you can take on these guys, bring it on. Tipsy, what about yourself? What are your plans for next season? Are you going to go full time, or are you Just gonna chill in reserve.
Don't know, man. To be honest, listen, like, right, I'm gonna be. I know, right, okay. This is gonna sound wrong because you're a little bit older than me, right? And you full time, but I'm gonna be 38 in March. I don't have that competitive streak in me anymore. It's like a couple of seasons, quite a few seasons ago, actually, quite a few years ago, I would grind all the time. I would practice. I would work on every single element of my setup and try to perfect every corner. And you know, I took it really seriously, and I did do well, like, to be fair. But it's just, I don't know, man. I just don't have that in me anymore to really compete. Like, when I'm on the track and I am racing, a lot of the times, yes, I will like race as if I always raced. I don't give up positions that easily and stuff. But I don't know if I would be competitive enough to take a full-time seat. However, in saying that, if you are needing bums on seats to fill the grid, then I would probably will do it, because you know me, man. My track record is pretty dynamite. If I sign up for a full-time, I'm there every time. So if it's a case of filling seats, certainly I'll do it. I would like to take a full-time seat in Nana, but I understand it's quite difficult to get a full grid of Nana at the moment. So we'll see how that happens. But so that's a long way of answering your question. But the short way is 100% I'm going to reserve. I'll reserve for everything, as I always do, right? But I might take a full-time seat. Probably tier 1, although I'm not tier 1 pace, far from it. But I just prefer racing in tier 1 because everyone's no assists. That's all.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to race there. It can be very demoralizing sometimes whenever you're pushing really hard and you're still not in the points or whatever. It can be but it can be very rewarding as well whenever you do score points. It means even more than any other race, because you're up against some killers, and we've both had some really enjoyable races in tier 1. So yeah, that's all ahead of us tomorrow as well. I'm very much looking forward to that. Five drivers all vying for that title, and yeah, I don't know who. Right, let's call it here. Who you got for the title, Bob?
Oh, man, I don't even think anybody's listening anymore. But look, it's hard to rule out Justin, right? Because he is leading with 122 points. So it's hard to rule him out because he is in a very good position, right? So all he has to do is finish well, and I think he's got it, right? However, in saying that, I think over the seasons, we have seen clearly that Dan and Mac, over a race distance or even over a season, are definitely faster than Justin, right? And I'm sure he would even concede that himself. So, oh man, I don't know. It's so hard to call it. Like, I don't think Tino and Kiko will get it, because in order for Tino to win it, it'll require like Justin and Dan, maybe even Mac, that like finish really, really, really low, like maybe even out of the points, I believe. I'm not sure, but so it's kind of, the odds are against Kiko and Dan, or sorry, Kiko and Tino. I really think the best opportunity is between Mac and Dan, other than Justin. However, if I had to pick out of the three, or other than Justin, I would edge it with Dan, because he's just in a better position in terms of points. And it's like, I never go against Mac. Like, you never bet against Mackinder. Like, you know, I mean, he knows how many times I compliment him. He's incredible. But Dan is also freaking awesome as well. So, but then, it's so hard. Chief, what have you done? Why have you asked me this question? Because then Justin is so freaking consistent. Like, he just constantly bangs in the results. I've said before, he might not put it on pole. He might not even get in the top 3, but he will always be there at some point in the race. And he's quite consistent. And then when he gets his position, he will defend it with like tooth and nail. Which then also brings another dynamic into it as well. That if we have like Justin, Mac, and Dan all vying first, second, and third in the race, you know, there's going to be no quarters are going to be given. So there's quite possible that one or two of them might get taken out. So the short answer is I can't call it, but I think the best position is Justin. But I think if Justin doesn't deliver, then it's going to be Dan.
Yeah, I think Dan's gonna take it. I don't know. I just think he does have a lot of bad luck, especially in quali. But I think if he can get a good quali in, he's in with a solid shot. But yeah, it's hard to call. Futrizzi, what do you reckon?
Falling asleep here.
Who you got for the
Almost
title?
longer in tier 1. And,
Yeah.
I think it's our gamer season this, or not our gamer, Danico's season this season. So
Yeah,
Danico.
I think so too. He was my prediction as well as the runner for the win, so I think I'm going to back him all the way. Although I have been a very big supporter of Justin, like he's just improving every race, and he's already like at a very high level. So yeah, that's what you have to do if you're gonna win in Tier 1 or contend for a title. And of course, Tino Esports, ex esports driver. He's not even tryharding, and he's winning races. But he's had some misfortune for the season, so it's pretty crazy that he is contending for the title. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for now. I'm gonna wrap up the stream. I think we've covered everything. Maybe not the war in Russia, but we'll leave that for another stream perhaps. Tune in tomorrow, guys, for Tier 1. It'll be Kebab and who's Kebab and Rosarian will be calling that. So we've got some top commentators on the job there, and then Nana will take place on Sunday. Don't know if that one's going to be streamed, but if not, you can watch my own stream on that one, or shameless plug there. But anyway, that's it for now, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's been an enjoyable season. Good job to Brother Joel for being a Tier 2 manager, and the rest of the admin team, FA, and all the other guys that make this happen. So thanks very much, guys, and thanks to these guys, the drivers, for making up the grids every season. Appreciate it, and we will speak again soon. Thanks very much now. Good night. Bye bye.